You can't build without lumber. Today we're speaking with Brandon Martin with 84 Lumber, and he's going to tell us about his process for servicing his customers and selling them their lumber. Stick around. Hi everyone, Dan McJunkin here. Thanks for visiting. Today we're talking with Mr. Brandon Martin. He's with Outside Sales with 84 Lumber Company in Conroe, Texas. And he's going to give us a bit of an overview of how doing business with 84 Lumber might look. Now, I want you to know one thing. Brandon is speaking from his experience. This is not speaking from the company's perspective, from a legal perspective. So just keep that in mind as I ask a few questions and Brandon shares his thoughts. So welcome, Brandon.
How's it going, Dan?
Doing great. I'd like to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe how you came to work for 84 Lumber and what kind of experiences you've had, just to get us going.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I started with 84 Lumber in early 2022. I was just getting out of college, and they had a yard right next to where I was living, so it just kind of worked out. My history in construction dates back all the way to when I was 14, 15 years old. I've worked in electrical, new construction pretty much all the way through with family members. And when I saw 84 Lumber, I just did a little bit of research, and I truly love the story of the company itself. It's a privately owned business, and so we truly just work together all on the inside. Man, as one big team, we have 250 stores nationwide, growing, and we still somehow managed to make that a huge team together.
Now, you mentioned 250 stores, and I had mentioned previously that you're in Conroe. What areas does your store service?
We keep it around the 50-mile range. Anything outside of that, you may just look at a little bit more of a delivery. I'm not a person that's ever going to say no. I'm going to figure out how to make it work. I mean, we have options of using outside hauler or direct shipments. So there should never be a reason that I can't ship something to you.
How does 84 Lumber compare to other lumber companies in your area, whether it be smaller yards or big box type stores?
There's so many different ways you could look at that. I mean, and I think 84 Lumber is going to hit the top 5 across the board, whether it's on our lead times, whether it's our service that we can offer to make us different. Again, going back to the privately owned part of it, we have more options inside. I have more say in my deliveries, in my margins across the board to make it make sense. The control is more in the store, so we don't have a corporate office over our heads, allowing me to give my full service to one customer if needed. It allows us to be so much more hands-on through 84 Lumber than some of these other companies.
Now, I did mention at the beginning that you are in outside sales. What's the difference between going into the counter inside the store and working with somebody in outside sales?
On the outside sales part of it, geared towards more of your house packs. If you need 1 2x4x8, you can still call my cell phone and I will source that for you. Now, I'm more geared of going and walking houses, making sure that as a builder, I'm selling my material. Everything looks good. It's per standard. It just allows me to one-on-one with the builder, the framer, the owner, whoever it needs be, to work through the process of building a house as smoothly and effectively as possible.
Excellent. So there are different approaches to building a house. Some people want to build their own home. Some want to hire a builder. Some are simply want to buy from a production builder or a custom builder. So from that perspective, do you work with owner builders?
Yes, sir. Yep. Well, I mean, we'll go hands-on. Even if we're starting at the idea of building a house, we'll start with giving you a square footage price. And then, I mean, I'll help you through the steps to get I can't be hands-on to do your permit and everything like that, but working through the steps to keep my name, my hand in the job, helping owner builders all the way through it. As much as they would let me be involved, I would love that. It keeps everybody on the same page. It keeps it flowing.
Do you find that people appreciate the fact that you're more hands-on with them than they might expect from one of the larger lumber companies?
Yes, it just shows that I am willing. It helps me prove the knowledge that I have, so I'm not just sitting behind a phone or a computer screen. And it truly allows me to get out, whether it's just building one house or maybe they have a cousin, and it allows that recommendation. So, no, I would never shy away from a one-off or an owner builder just because you're one and done. You never know what it opens up the door to or leads to from that.
All right, Brandon, let's say somebody walks into 84 Lumber with their set of plans in their hands, but they don't have a material list. What do you do?
The first question is going to be is when is your projected start date on this project? If you're talking 6-7 months down the road, then we can just get ballpark figures. There's no reason to get exact numbers. Any job I've ever seen go that far off, you're going to have changes on your material list. That just brings us to more questions. If your job is starting sooner than that, how do we want to go about it? Are you going to do a shipment of your whole house, or do you want to do it in sections? And we can work through it. A house that's 2,000 square foot, me and the framer or somebody, we can work through the plans and build that materials list. If it needs to be more than that, we can always bring in outside guys.
So let's say you get through that, you get the material list, and you quote the list. Prices change all the time in home building, and I'm sure in lumber, being a commodity, prices change all the time. How long will you hold a price quote?
30 days is typical. On paper, you're looking at it holds 7 days true. Now, I go back to the 30 days because if the project is going to continually flow and move through, then that 30 days is going to be squared away. That is always what I would tell my customers. 30-day pricing, anything past that may need to look into a reprice for the better, for the worse, but it's after that 30 days is really when I would say that we would take a look at it.
So let's say that somebody has brought you a set of plans. You've either used their material list or created one. You've quoted it, and now they're ready to accept your quote and then order the material. How does that process work? Do they need to write you a check? Do they try to put it on a credit card? Or do you have to offer them terms in some way?
Per the individual, it is different every time. We have some customers that come in and they want to just pay for what's going to be shipped on that first delivery, whether it's frame one through Raptors or whether it's truly just the frame one. They can pay as we ship it. They can pay for the whole house. As far as money goes, I would never let that be the issue that made me lose the job.
So people have gone through the process. They've accepted your quote. They've paid the bill. And now they want to order their material. So how much lead time do they need to allow for? How long does it take before from the time they order the material to the time that they actually can receive material?
84 Lumber here, at least with the Conroe location, we do try to hold to a 5-day lead time. That is the moment the money hits the store, product is being built, put together in the yard. On that 5th day is when you would ship. So if you paid on Monday, we could deliver you on that Friday.
Okay.
Not being open on the weekends it pushes that schedule around a little bit to where if it's on you paid Thursday, I could look at getting Tuesday, Wednesday out.
In construction, there are a lot of products that are not immediately available. They've got to be ordered in advance. So what product types would somebody need to plan for in advance, things that might have a longer lead time?
84 Lumber does pretty good at stocking across the board. In the moment, I can't think of anything that I would order that's going to delay your job by more than 3 to 4 days. All of my special orders are here local. Putting in the delivery, 3 days to my yard and whatever special orders, any crazy beam sizes, there is no delay on that. Given the 5-day lead time, once it's ordered and all the orders are placed, it falls in line with that 5-day delivery.
Okay, so if somebody ordered a special engineered beam, let's say, you would be able to source that locally?
Yes, sir. Yep. Local Texas for sure.
Very good. So we didn't talk about delivery. I know that some companies would charge extra for delivery. Is delivery part of the package?
Any orders over $5,000, we 100% cover deliveries. Anything under 20 pounds, like say it's a hanger or whatnot, that's where the outside sales come into play. I don't need to pay or charge for a delivery for something I can grab in my hand, throw in my personal truck, and take out to the job site. Everything I would ever do is geared towards keeping the flow of the job efficient and moving.
So what about short orders? In other words, it's not uncommon that a builder gets on site and he needs some material. Maybe it doesn't fit in your truck. Maybe it's a 16-foot 2x6 and he needs 6 of them. And number one, do you charge extra for the short orders, or would you just throw it on another truck that was making a local delivery?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it would just go with one of my rack trucks here at the yard. Typically, if it is holding up your job, I can do same day. If it was something that 84 Lumber left off, didn't have, back ordered, said the same day delivery once that issue is found. Or vice versa, if it's the builder, there may be a small delivery charge. I mean, you're talking $35 to $50, truly just covering gas to get to your job site.
Okay, now the last question related to that is, okay, we've delivered material to the site, but what if somebody has extra material left over? What do people need to understand about that, about returns?
There's a lot to look into when it comes to that. It depends. Did the customer bring in a materials list and we're going off of the customer's numbers, or did Dan's list come in with just way too much waste added into it? If it is on 84 Lumber side, then no, there's no nothing. We'll send a truck out there, get it picked up, get credit ran on that. Now let's say it's a customer's list. They supplied all the materials that needed and across the board. There is a chance on a crazy return at a 15% restocking fee. But besides that, there's no issues. I would return whatever materials left at the job site in sellable condition.
And that really means, and one of the things that I was always told in home building was it's got to be in really good shape. If it's lumber, there can't be any nails driven into it. That is not returnable.
Nails, cuts, or you threw it in the pond for a week. But outside of that, there's really nothing that should ever happen to the lumber within the time frame of building a house.
So, Brandon, what information can you leave our viewers and listeners with so that they can have the best experience with 84 Lumber, information you think that they need to know?
I think it goes back to the very first thing I said on this little interview is 84 Lumber is a huge team across the nation. So it's however we can get together. 84 Lumber will not fail. As that team together, the service provided, the lumber, and the way that we move through the lumber, it's always clean. We're never sitting and getting dirty, dusty lumber. It's truly just the flow of this company is where we stand out. As getting service, getting houses built. I mean, we know the industry. We've been doing it since 1956. This company's got it figured out.
Very good. And so if people want to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
You can call the Conroe store here at 84 Lumber. Ask for Brandon. I mean, I have my cell phone on all cards, emails. I'll answer my cell phone if my eyes are open. I work from eye open to eye close.
All right. And so go ahead and give us those phone numbers or the email address or however you want them to contact you.
Yeah, contact me. My phone number is 903-285-0976. And the email is simple. It's just my name, Brandon.Martin@84lumber.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to talk with me. And I believe the information you've shared will really help people as they are making decisions on where to buy their lumber. And I surely hope they'll give you a shot.
That's what we're hoping for, Dan. Just make everybody's life as easy as possible.
Thank you, Brandon. You take care.
Yes, sir.